Confess Jesus Now, TikTok. And I'm coming to you live once again from the shadow of the fourth dimension. And it just ain't pretty today in the shadow. It just ain't. But I'm still holding out hope, man. I don't have no reason whatsoever, based on the way my team been playing, to have any hope. The way they've been playing, they liable to lose any game. I'm talking about to any team. But as I analyze the NFC, the Falcons could still lose 7 games and make the playoffs. And I refuse to, take a look at the fact that we have the best coach in franchise history coaching this team. And, because we have a down season that's injury plagued, by the way, to say, oh, well, the coaching is bad, blah, blah, blah. Let's face it, man. Thomas Dimitrov, as a general manager, and I believe Mike Smith, as a coach, last year put this team in position to be able to win the Super Bowl. Our team just didn't execute. And I think while everybody wants to place the blame on the coaching because they such homers, it's just unfair. It's just unfair because I see a lack of execution. The coach cannot protect the passer. The coach cannot block for the running back. Neither can the general manager or any of the assistant coaches or the trainers or nobody. They can't do that stuff. It's just our team is playing poorly. I'm talking about the players. Our team is playing poorly. And everybody raved about Steven Jackson, and they talked about how, it's going to give us some semblance of a running game. No. I knew that. I seen that coming from a mile away. No. It ain't got nothing to do with Steven Jackson. It's the freaking offensive line, man. It's the defensive line. The defensive line, a team that puts together 3-sack games, back-to-back games. You can see they improving, but I'm still not impressed. They don't seem as dominant as they need to be. The Cardinals had the best running game against our defense than any team, but I'm not impressed by this defensive line, and I'm definitely not impressed by the secondary. Secondary is just horrible, and our red zone defense is just as bad as our red zone offense was earlier this season. It's just bad. Like, anytime a team gets in the 20, gets to the 20 or inside, they gonna score. They gonna score a touchdown. That's what's gonna happen. As a matter of fact, I think the stat was 22 for 22. You get down there against the Falcons, you gonna score. But just like I alluded to earlier, this coaching staff is well capable. Mike Nolan is very, very experienced in what he does, as well as Mike Smith and Dirk Cutter. I don't know much about Dirk Cutter except for what I've seen last year. I never really even heard his name, but I know for sure Mike Smith, and I'm sure Dirk Cutter does too, but I just don't know. But I can say from, my own knowledge that Mike Nolan and Mike Smith, they know how to get the job done. And I'm still holding out hope, man. I am. The offense, before last game, Matt Ryan was the least sacked quarterback in the league, tied with a few other quarterbacks at 9. Yeah, it was real disastrous last week. But I guess when it rains, it pours, man. But there's always room for improvement. And until the Falcons lose like 8 games or whatever, or I'm not giving it up, because the Panthers, they just 4-3, and they're not beating. It's not like they dominating no real playoff contenders, which it quite possibly could happen on Sunday, even though at this point the Falcons are not playoff contenders. But you understand what I'm saying. the Seahawks, they gonna make the playoffs because they gonna win that division, and then you got the 49ers behind them. But all the teams, most of the other teams that's ahead of us, that's really up in the air. So I'm still holding out hope, man. We got a capable team still, but we just gotta execute. Execute better, man. But on to these penny liners. Bring it on. Bring it on. Y'all playing some good football, man. Y'all playing real good football. Cam Newton is starting to look like he's putting it together. He's starting to look like he's getting in the years. I watched him. I've been watching him. He's been playing some real good football as opposed to prior 2 seasons. And that defense, boy, when I seen that defense in the preseason, I said they going to be a problem. So bring it on, man. Bring it on. We looking for you. You know what I'm saying? Bring it on down here. And shoot, we got to score to settle. We got to score to settle. Because at some point, I truly believe this team has to turn it around. And it very well could start with y'all voice. What's Black Magic, I think. The college kid. I don't know his name. My man Wayne Diesel, Jim Rage. Man, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all boys been going hard. And I got much respect for y'all, even though I hate your team, absolutely. But I got much respect for y'all because y'all been repping even when your team was losing. And that's a very respectable thing to me, personally. So, quite honestly, y'all deserve it, man. Y'all been losing long enough. I still hate your team. Don't want to see them win a single game. But y'all definitely deserve it. But bring it on, man. We got some work to do. And it starts with y'all. And so what I see happening is Cam Newton is going to have a good game. Cam Newton is definitely going to have a good game because he always played well against the Falcons. And y'all don't even really have no receivers besides Steve Smith. But Cam Newton usually does a very good job against the Falcons. So it's going to take our offense to click. It really is. I don't think Roddy White need to play until he is absolutely ready, which means our young boys, which has happened. Everybody give a golf clap to the Falcons receivers. Everybody thought, we was just done, but we've been losing these games not on account of our receivers. And Harry Douglas done put together back-to-back monster games. If anything's our Achilles heel, it's our offensive line, and y'all have a very good defensive line and a very good linebacking core. But, we're going to have to come up with some type of protection scheme or some quick outs or whatever the case may be. We're going to have to utilize Tony Gonzalez because while y'all got some good linebackers, can't a soul hold Tony. I don't care who it is. Can't a soul hold him. Y'all going to need about 2. Y'all going to need to get some personal foul penalties and stuff drawn just to cover this, man. Y'all know that just as well as I do. Y'all don't have any secondary, so I think Harry Douglas is going to have a good game. And at some point, we have to keep running the ball. We have to get that running game going, man. Too many times it's just frustrating, man. We come to points where it's 31 or we just need a yard to continue to drive or score, and we can't even pick up a yard on the ground, and it's just they the worst in the league. They the worst ever I have ever seen. The worst offensive line. The Atlanta Falcons offensive line of 2013 is the worst I have ever seen in my young life, ever. Because, even the worst could just pick up a single yard when they need to. But we have to get it right. And I just don't see how they're not, during the week, these coaches are not drilling these guys. At some point, it's going to break. And I hope it happens against y'all because we got to get it together and we got to get it together quick. We don't have much more time to waste. We can't keep lollygagging. And yes, it's like beating a dead horse when you keep trying to run the ball, but it's got to break at some point, man. Because that's the key to turning our season around, getting that running game going and picking up yardage on the ground so Matt Ryan can have a little bit more time when it comes to throwing that football because it don't matter who he throw to, and y'all seen him. So, prepare for what, man? Y'all know what it is, man. This is, like my boy say, the 85 South rivalry, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. Boys, man, you know I like your vids, man. You my boy, man. But I hate your football team, big dog. Really, I do. So yeah. Beyond that, ain't much more to say. Ain't much to gloat about. You know, my team is 2-5. Y'all 4-3, and you know we got to knock y'all off. And as I said before, I'm not highly impressed with y'all team anyway, because I mean, who y'all beat? Y'all lost to Seattle, even though y'all should have won that game. I'm gonna be honest about that. Y'all should have won against Seattle, but y'all lost. Y'all beat the Bucks. Y'all beat shoot, I can't remember all the teams, but I know y'all have not really beat you know, it's not like y'all dominating great teams. So, and y'all know y'all got like that little bad luck thing, you know, with Coach Ron Rivera and Cam Newton. I believe it'll kick in soon, and we need to kick in Sunday. So bring it on, man. I'm not impressed with either team, but I am glad to see, you know, a fan base get awarded with some wins, such as Carolina Panties. I mean, Carolina Panty Liners. So yeah, we gotta get this thing together and bring it on. That's it, man. That's all I got, man. Confess these now. TikTok.